Good afternoon. Peace, power, and Negro reparations, specifically for the descendants of the Black American Negro freedmen who built America with slave labor per the lands promised in Special Field Orders Number 15, January 16, 1865. My name is Jamin Mason, hailing from Washington State, and today I proudly consider myself a bona fide mulatto reparationist. I started my journey in 2019 as the vice chair for the People's Party of Washington State, trying to work within the system. I soon realized the system was completely broken and needed a complete overhaul. I worked on a plethora of issues, from disability rights, Medicare for all, voting reform, and of course, judicial justice for prisoners' rights. After the George Floyd protests, where my cousin Josiah was sprayed in the face with pepper spray at 7 years old, my perspectives changed dramatically. I wanted to know just how I could help my people specifically. That morphed into my reparations calling. I felt my father, may he rest in peace, jolted my spirit at that point to make me go all in for this reparations fight. With the help of other advocates in the Black Voices Collective, whom I used to work with, shout out to Lee Payne, Tremel Redden, Renee Johnston, and Joy Bunton, I was afforded the opportunity to meet with Professor William S. Darity, who truly galvanized my reparations journey. I have been extremely blessed with my interactions throughout this journey. If you are here and have been a part of that, I would like to take a moment to thank you. I believe our ancestors have guided my path every step of the way to ensure I'd end up in this exact place at this precise moment, sitting here before you today. Abraham Lincoln, Special Field Orders Number 15. What is so significant about the date April 15th? On April 15th in 1865, President Abraham Lincoln was assassinated for what the Negro Collective believes today was making the American Negro part of the Constitution. These founding documents of the United States of America made us complete citizens under a wartime law, the highest law of the land, might I add, through Special Field Orders Number 15. After all of the research and knowledge that I have gained over the last 4 years as a reparationist, I cannot sit here and tell you I think Lincoln did that out of the kindness of his heart or to be the savior for the Black American Negro freedmen who built this country. Instead, I believe he was playing his political cards to gain power most efficiently, as politicians always seem to do. At the time, this was through the Negro community that had just won the Civil War for the Union Army, along with their supposed freedom. Those 20 Negro preachers who created Special Field Orders Number 15 were blessed with a foresight that I find utterly astonishing today in 2024. I say that because the protections and infrastructure they constructed through their Negro brilliance would have given us proper stability, protections, and guidance throughout all of these years. If the president who took Lincoln's place, one Andrew Johnson, had not struck down Special Field Orders Number 15, what would the United States look like today? And as if that wasn't enough, President Johnson, who had Confederate ties as a Dixiecrat, the same political organization that once coined the phrase, "The South shall rise again," proceeded to give reparation to the Confederate slave owners who had just lost their property at $200 per Negro head. Call to action. Disability advocates unite. I have been confined to a wheelchair for the last 5 years due to my battle with multiple sclerosis. Don't you dare fix your mind on feeling sorry for my hard-headed self. After finally accepting my disability for what it was, I trained my mind to be the same fighter that I have always been since day one of my life. The outcomes today were much more positive than my old ways back in the day. That's for sure. When my advocacy was finished, people's lives always ended up being a little bit more livable, or at least they found their voice to demand changes as they saw fit. When I directed my newly found superpowers towards this mandatory reparations mission, I watched my advocacy literally move the needle. Yes, even from my wheelchair position. Today, I am encouraging all people with disabilities to speak up and to speak out, to be the change that you would like to see in your local community. The empowering feeling of helping others in a similar position is genuinely priceless. And the sooner you step out onto the limb to try it, the sooner you'll witness the world around you change for the better. To the Black American Negro freedmen with disabilities, I have to be a little more blunt. We are literally in the fight of our lives to save the Negro across the country while forcing our government to pay the debt that's been owed for far too long. I send anyone with a disability who looks like me an open invitation to contact me personally, and I will put you on the correct path to extract substantive changes for our people, no matter where in the country you reside. The disabled community makes up roughly 25% of the people in the United States. That means we make up 1/4 of the constituency in the USA. Do you understand how powerful that could be if we use that power collectively? My following statement is aimed directly at the Black American Negro freedmen living with disabilities in the United States. If I could bless this movement with my skills and voice, so can you. And at this moment, I am demanding that you recognize your inner superpower right now and put it towards this mandatory mission of making our people whole while resurrecting our ancestors' selfless sacrifices so that they can see their descendants thrive because of their long, almost forgotten efforts. Closing, our beloved ancestor, the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., had a dream, and today, so do I. On August 28th, in 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his I Have a Dream speech. Now today, on April 15th, in 2024, on the day President Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in 1865, I would like to speak my dream to the world with dead set intentions, just as he did. I dream the heirs of the Black American Negro freedmen who laid the original foundation of this country with slave labor indeed get repaired through the same government that harmed them over the course of the last 400 plus years. Today's elected officials and others in power trying to disseminate false information or misconstrue the stories that go along with the Black American Negro freedmen's struggles remind me a lot of a deer stuck in headlights. The fear and reality of the horrors that you put our people through are coming to light with every passing day. It is clear to me that European supremacy's clutch on power is failing due to America's over-oppressive ways, and that the American citizens are finally being open to the ugly truth that America is a huge part of that bigger problem. America has never been great if you're looking through the eyes of a Black American Negro freedman. So I challenge us all as Americans, especially the Black American Negro freedmen, to make America great for the first time ever by demanding our repair. Only then can we start rebuilding our country, by first repairing one of America's original and most egregious of sins. The next generation has now arrived here in Washington, D.C., with a direct message from your Black American Negro freedmen constituents. Our ancestor, the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., started the mission, and today I'll pick up that torch to let you know that the time is now to cut the check, Negro or bust. Ending quote. Lastly, I gotta read my father's favorite quote to complete this part of my American Negro path. Of course, in loving memory to the late but too great Walter Benjamin Mason. Life is uncertain while death is assured. The closer that reality gets, the harder this quote hits, Pops. Miss you greatly, King, and thank you for instilling my Negro or bust mentality from day one so that I could display some Negro brilliance amidst this Black American Negro freedman excellence today to uplift all of our ancestors' selfless sacrifices and force feed our agenda for a change. Thank you.